Mr. Chairman, thank you for the witnesses for being here today for this important hearing. This hearing is about two things: cutting costs and adding value. That is the standard that the public expects from us, and it should be the standard that we expect from ourselves. Federal property is expensive, it can be complicated, and central to how government serves people. When we get these decisions right, taxpayers save money and the agencies work better. When we get them wrong, the public pays twice, once in tax dollars and again in the quality of service that they receive. When I was mayor of Phoenix, real efficiency never came from swinging an axe. It came from discipline, planning, knowing exactly how each decision affected the people we were there to serve. Government is not a corporation reworking a balance sheet. It is a network of public responsibilities. Cuts that ignore that reality don't create efficiency, they undermine it. And we don't have to theorize about that. We just lived through it. DOGE, the billionaire tech bro failure known as the Department of Government Efficiency, was a textbook example of what happens when you chase cuts without understanding value. It drove federal property decisions at a speed and scale that outran planning, operational needs, and basic due diligence. Agencies were told to vacate buildings before replacement space was ready. These decisions were driven by targets and assumptions, not by reliable, validated information about how federal space was being used or which functions depended on it. Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the July 2025 Minority Staff Report from the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations.
Without objection, so ordered.
That investigation found that DOGE wasted at least $21.7 billion in just 6 months. It burned $14.8 billion, paying roughly 200,000 employees not to work. Then it pushed more than 100,000 additional workers into administrative limbo, costing taxpayers another $6.1 billion. It froze essential projects from energy grid upgrades to medical research, wasting hundreds of millions more, offering nothing in return. DOGE is a clear example of what happens when you chase cost and ignoring value. I raise it here because as ranking member, I look forward to working with the chair to advance an approach that recognizes efficiency as both cutting costs and adding value. And I thank the chair for making those the focus of today's hearing. As we look ahead, DOGE also taught us another important lesson. It exposed a deeper structural problem that complicates this committee's work now and in the months to come. We are responsible for overseeing all federal property, but GSA does not give us a clear portfolio-wide view of how federal buildings are being used. We get leased prospectuses. We get scattered updates. We do not get a regular, comprehensive report on the public building service portfolio. For a system this large, this expensive, and this central to the functioning of government, that blind spot is unacceptable. DOGE showed how dangerous it is to make major space decisions in that kind of fog. That is why I introduced the bipartisan legislation, co-sponsored by Chairman Perry, requiring the GSA administrator to submit an annual report to Congress on the state of federal real estate portfolio. That is basic governance. If we want real savings, real accountability, real value, we need complete information about buildings where federal work is done. And we need to ensure that wherever we go next, we are guided by data and the full scope of information. Federal property is a public asset. It should strengthen the work inside it and the people who rely on those services. Today's hearing is an opportunity to learn from DOGE's failures, insist on better data, and set clear expectation that cutting costs and adding value are equally important to the future of federal property. I look forward to the testimony today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes the